Hello everybody, back again with another video. Hope you're doing well. Hope your life's going well. Hope today's gone well for you. And hope that this week has started off well for you. Today's Monday. I know we all dread Mondays, but hey, we'll make it through the rest of the week. All we have left is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And I know it is 4 more days or 3 more days if you're watching on Tuesday. But hey, we'll make it through. Hope you're doing well this week. I really do. As for me, I'm doing good. Still, well, actually, I'm just about done packing up all my stuff. I scheduled my reservation for a U-Haul, and I'm gonna go and pick up the U-Haul on Saturday morning, and I'm gonna load all my stuff up on there and just take it to my new place and and go from there, unload the truck and go from there. The weather's been real good lately. High temperatures where I'm at in the upper 60s, lower 70s. Hey, can't ask for better weather. I mean, we deserve it. We deserve it, right? We deserve it because, how many months with 90 degree, 100 degree temperatures? How many months straight with that? We deserve 70s. And so I'm happy. I hope it continues. And I'm okay with mid to upper 60s. That's not even too bad either. So definitely happy with that. And so yeah. I did go to work today. I actually go to work tomorrow. I'm actually going to end up going to sleep right after I make this video. But anyway, here is what I really want to talk about, of course. Inflation. I do have some numbers written down here, but inflation, it's been pretty rough over the past couple of years, I'd say. Because around the end of 2021 is when it really started going up. And, it's just made things a lot harder. Inflation, it really peaked in, I would say, like early to mid 2022. That's when it was just absolutely crazy. But over the past few months, fast forwarding to 2023, it's been pretty stagnant. But Americans really aren't feeling a difference. I know I'm not really feeling a difference. Everything in the store is still expensive, but the CPI, the Consumer Price Index, which is the main measure of inflation, has been relatively stagnant since June of this year. It hasn't really gone up like crazy. It hasn't really gone down like crazy. It's been pretty stagnant. And the average hourly wage has been relatively stagnant as well. And so in September, which was last month, we had a 4.2% average hourly wage and a 3.7% CPI, Consumer Price Index. The difference in that is the real average hourly earnings. And so that's basically average hourly earnings adjusted for inflation, pretty much. And it was 0.5% in September. And so I also wrote down from May to present, that number has actually been a positive number. If it's a negative number, that means that inflation is like outpacing. The Consumer Price Index is outpacing the average hourly wage, which means the amount that you're able to buy with your wage is steadily going down. Now, since it's been pretty stagnant, well, yeah, well, no, actually, let me tell you, from May to September, the real average hourly earnings, which is the difference between average hourly wage and CPI, was zero point 0.2 in May, 1.3 in June, July it was 1, August it was 0.5, and September it was 0.5. So at least we can say that over the past 5 months, wages and inflation have been pretty, that it hasn't really gone up or down, but it's been pretty stagnant, which means that your wages aren't able to buy more, but they're not steadily buying less and less either, if that makes sense. I might not be explaining that correctly, but from May to now, the number's been positive, which means your money you're still able to buy pretty much the same amount of stuff. I mean, it's not really going up like crazy. What you really want is for your average hourly wage to steadily be increasing versus the CPI. We want that to pretty much stay the same, but our average hourly wage to go up. That way we're actually buying more and more with our wages, but that doesn't really help the corporations, and so they don't really want that, unless you're in a job where they do cost of living adjustments plus wage increases. That way you are steadily getting that raise for inflation, plus your actual wage is going up too. You want a job like that, and a lot of government jobs do have, and they have a cost of living adjustment. I know I had that at the post office, plus my wage would go up I forgot how often they did raises, but it was a raise and also a cost of living adjustment all the way until you were maxed out, and then all you would get was a cost of living adjustment. But I mean, what do I think about these numbers? Well, it's fine that at least you're able to buy relatively the same amount of stuff, but we need the average hourly wage to keep going up while the CPI stays relatively stagnant. That way Americans are able to afford more with the money they have. But we know over the last however many decades, on average, the amount of goods you can buy with the American dollar has gone down by a lot, and so I don't really see that trend coming back like in full force, unfortunately. But I don't know. I mean, I'm glad that it's at least stagnated, but we needed to go in the opposite direction. We want that difference to really be higher and higher. That's ideally what we want, but hey, we want those real average hourly earnings to go up, up, up. And if they're not going up, it's not helping out Americans. But you know who that do help? You know who that does help is corporations. If they're able to keep the wages down as things go up in price, they're able to make more money. But if Americans make more money, the corporations, they don't make as much money. So they're incentivized to keep the wages down. But what you have to remember is the result of doing that is now you have, sorry about that, now you have employees that aren't loyal. You have employees that bounce around from job to job just looking for the highest bidder, if you will. Person is willing to pay them the highest. Hey, that's where they're going to work. There is no company loyalty. Pensions are gone. Um, that's just how it is. Um, 2 weeks vacation is the norm. Now, if you get a company that has a pension, you're getting 3, 4, 5 weeks of vacation. Um, like an actual good defined benefit plan, then hey, you're gonna have more loyal employees, but it doesn't help the corporation make money. That's why really you only see them in like government jobs and union jobs. And a lot of these union jobs, at least from what I've seen, even in trucking, from trucking to being a mail carrier, and from what I've seen being like a really any government job, is that there's usually a pension at the end. But in corporations with no union and stuff, there's no pension plan or anything. Um, Kroger's, they have a union, and guess what? They have a pension plan. That's just one example because I used to work there, and so that just go to show. I think Coca-Cola is union. I want to say they are, and they have a pension plan. Of course, government jobs, teachers, firefighters, police, military, all of them have pension plans, which will take care of you in retirement all the way till the day you die. And who wouldn't want that? Wouldn't want to say, hey, I put in 25, 30 years in this job, this career. Hey, I would like you to take care of me in my later years. There's nothing wrong with that. And a lot of corporations have switched over to the 401k, and so that loyalty is just not necessarily there on behalf of the employer. But don't get me wrong, though. There are good non-union jobs. There's actually plenty of good non-union jobs. It's just they pay real high, but they don't have the retirement plan. But that's pretty much offset by the fact that they do pay higher. I actually can think of a lot of trucking companies like that. They pay high, but they don't have like a pension plan or anything, but they do have the 401k with company match, and sometimes that is enough. If you're making way up here and you have a 401k plan that you're able to max out every year plus get the company match, and you're fully vested in after however many years, whether it's 3, 4, 5 years, that sometimes that right there is enough. And so you still got companies out here like that, but and I will say too, a lot of, well, not a lot, but some pension jobs, they pay lower because they have the pension plan. So that's kind of the thing you gotta kind of look at too. The pay might be lower, the max out might be significantly lower than, say, a non-union job, because of the fact that you have a pension at the end. And so I just kind of want to run through these numbers with you. I was looking on Bureau of Labor Statistics.gov, and I was just like, okay, just going through the numbers, looking at everything, and just really, looking at the data, and I was like, okay, where are we headed from here? And it's like, I'm not exactly sure. There's a lot of stagnation as far as the numbers go from the um, summer till now. It's been pretty stagnant as far as the real average hourly earnings go, and so hopefully it turns around. I mean, within the next year or so, we have another presidential election. Um, do y'all think that'll make a difference? Do you think if another president is elected, um, that'll make a difference? I'm not really sure, to be honest with you, but I really want to hear what you all think. I might be missing something there because I'm not really big into like political stuff and politics and all that, which maybe I need to kind of get into if I want to study the economy. But it's too much of a circus to me to get into like politics and stuff. I don't think it makes that big of a difference. I think what really makes a difference is, um, it's a lot that makes a difference. But I don't know if the president alone is going to make like a big difference in terms of like inflation and stuff. So it's like, unless he passes some sort of executive order, now the president can do that. But they got to go through Congress and that whole circus, and it's like, all right. And they act like they can't ever get anything done, even though they're comfortable. The American people aren't. You Congress people are gonna be comfortable, but the American people aren't, and that's something that I think about a lot. As they bicker and all this about, oh, what are we gonna do here? What are we gonna do there? As far as the budget goes, and that's another thing, that the debt ceiling, they keep increasing that too, and that's a big problem as well. Are we $33 trillion in debt? Yes, we are. And that's very unfortunate because it's like, my generation, Generation Z, is going to be the one that's left cleaning that mess up. And it's unfortunate. So, yeah, as inflation. I just want to come on here and run these inflation numbers by you, mainly the real average hourly earning, because that's a real indicator, one of the bigger indicators on how the American people are doing, how the economy is doing. Consumer price index, average hourly wage, and the difference between the two. Big indicator on how the economy is doing. But yeah, I've been having a lot of allergies lately, and so I can kind of like feel them coming back now. I took some allergy medicine earlier, but I know down here, I had allergies all over. I don't know if you're in Texas. Let me know if you have a lot of allergies. I was in Dallas and I had a lot of allergies, and so, man. But yeah, y'all, I gotta get up for work in the next like 6 hours. But I took like a long nap, so if I go back to sleep, I ought to be good if I go to sleep for less than 6 hours, because I already had a nap. But I was so tired, I fell asleep as soon as I ate dinner, and I was just tired from work, because like I say, my shifts are like really long shifts, 12-13 hour long shifts, and it's like, they can be tired. So anyway, y'all, let me go do what I gotta do. Sorry about that. See, allergies. But anyway, thank y'all for watching this video. I ought to have one uploaded, maybe not tomorrow, but I'll have one uploaded Wednesday. I'm not sure what it'll be. Maybe it'll be a mukbang or some sort of review or something like that. Probably not a review. I don't really have a lot of new items to review. I don't go grocery shop until Thursday, but yeah. But stay tuned. It'll probably be Wednesday. But anyway, thank you for watching.